being half Japanese, when I look at things, I don't typically tend to focus on somebody's race. I think that one thing that really that you'll find in a lot of Japanese families is a very strong work ethic. My grandma and my grandfather were raised on farms, and so just kind of that mentality of you work from sun up to sundown, and you do what you can with the resources that you have. And so she definitely instilled those values in us as far as hard work. One of the other things was, letting go of things that you didn't have control over. We definitely were raised with a go for broke attitude, to give things our all, no matter what. She was a great grandma, and she was always there for us. I think it's important to empower children, or even adults, to ask questions, to not have assumptions, but to ask questions about people's opinions, or their culture, or their background, or their history. We all have biases that we carry with us, and so I think it's really easy for us to just continue to wear one lens and to see things from our perspective, and not to consider the perspectives of other people and the experience and the history that they bring along with them. So I think it's really important to get to know one another, to ask questions about culture or religion or history, and to understand why someone thinks the way that they do. My kids love anime, and they love going to the Matsuri, which is a festival of Japan that is usually down at Heritage Square every February. My daughter is a quarter Japanese, and she was getting some very inappropriate comments, and received some racism from some other kids her age because she was Asian. And, that was not something that I had anticipated at all. And so there were some very painful conversations that we had to have, and, trying to encourage her to advocate for herself and just stick up for herself. And, my daughter has a really good heart, and she wanted to use it as an educational opportunity to speak to some of the other kids and to let them know, when they said that flippantly, why it was hurtful. And so she was able to do that, and I commend her for doing that. There were things that happened to me when I was younger, and they're painful moments that I don't dwell on, but I think if you asked any minority, they would be able to tell you some of those really painful memories of growing up, or even things that happen day in and day out with the anti-Asian sentiment that is going on. I think it's definitely more prevalent in other cities and in other communities. I think it's important for leaders to, look at what's going on in their community, and in their city or their state or their district, even to see if, there are opportunities for growth. If there's opportunities to maybe address some of the sayings, or some of the words that we use that, we hear that some of the kids hear on TikTok and social media that they don't think are negative or detrimental or would be harmful, and to let them know why that is, and to not shy around it, not to beat around the bush about it, but to speak lovingly, and to have some corrective action on it. I think it's important. I think that we do need to have those tough conversations.